following is a commentary intended for the purposes of review/critique, and as such likely falls under fair use fair deal. Under no circumstance should the material or any part or aspect within be considered a replacement/substitute for any subject/subjects referenced within. Please support the official release. Links in the description are for the source material and are not intended as a means of encouraging/enabling the harassment of any person, groups, companies, or other entities therein. No matter what, do not go after these people.
Okay. Maybe if I attach that wire over there? Nope. What? Oh, what happened? Hey, what do you know? It worked. Hello, this is CHA0SXIII coming at you from my fortified bunker on the far side of Ohio. And as you may have noticed, I've been doing some upgrades. To celebrate, we're going to be doing something a bit different today. A commentary. My first one, in fact. And who is this commentary going to be on, you may ask? On another commentator who goes by the name SonicShadow98. He recently uploaded a rant on why he hates Iron Man, which I don't have any issues with, and neither should anyone else. So, what's the problem? Let's find out. After we skip through this opening bit here.
And the character I'm gonna be ranking on is Iron Man! Yeah, that's right, Iron Man. I don't even get his appeal. What makes Iron Man so great and so awesome? I don't get it. He's not that awesome of a character. He's a piece of shit character. He's just a regular, ordinary billionaire named Tony Stark who just happens to be great at technology, owns a frickin' company called Stark Industries, and he makes like a big mechanical suit and he flies around in it, and calls himself Iron Man.
First off, bear in mind the whole he's just a regular ordinary billionaire la-di-da-di-da-di-da stuff, because that's gonna come back later. Also, because there are way too many different iterations of this character, and one of the main points of focus later on in the video for Sonic Shadow seems to be the MCU, we will be using that as our primary reference for the counter-arguments going forward, though I may bring up other iterations at times as well. Proceed.
Yeah, he has saved like 13 people from falling off a plane, but at the end, does he really do much? I don't think he does much.
Ignoring the fact that saving anyone under any circumstance isn't exactly what I'd call nothing, whereas Iron Man does save 13 people, one, it's after being sucked out of an airplane, not just falling off, and two, he does so in Iron Man 3. It's really strange that Sonic Shadow mentions this as if this is the only thing he's ever done and it's much earlier in the story. Like, The way he talks, you'd think that this was one of the opening scenes in Iron Man 1. But it's not. Chalk it up to poor wording here. Just, still. What the fuck, dude?
He's just so boring. He barely even does anything at all. Like seriously, he barely even does jack shit. And he also endangers lives as well.
True, he does endanger people in the example you provide. And there are other examples I could provide, such as the fight with Ironmonger from the first movie, his fight with Whiplash at the racetrack in the second movie. Not to mention, you could make a very strong argument that the main reason Thanos won in Infinity War, spoilers, was because Tony's inability to keep his emotions in check when learning the truth about his parents' deaths caused him to try to kill Bucky Barnes, knowing full well he was being brainwashed at the time, and as a result, the Avengers broke up, and that created the perfect opportunity for Thanos to win in the first place. I mean, yeah, Tony fixed his fuck up, but still, might have been able to skip through a whole lot of that mess if the Armored Avenger hadn't decided to spurg out on us. Oh well, he's a crispy critter now, so fuck him.
So not only is he not a good never mind the fact that he was never one to begin with, but he is a piece of shit character as well.
Okay, big problem here. You cut yourself off at, not only is he not a good something, only to then pick back up at, never mind the fact that he was never one to begin with. He's not a good, nor has he ever been a good what? Not a good surfer? Not a good sundial? Not a good suicide bomber? Well, I can agree with you on the surfer bit, as that's Norrin Rad's shtick. I've never heard of an instance where Iron Man was used as a sundial before, so I couldn't tell you. And as for his talent as a suicide bomber, depends on whether or not you count flying a nuke into an alien portal to blow up a mothership and stop New York from being destroyed and barely living through the experience a successful suicide bombing because he did manage to blow up his target in the process, or a failure because he didn't get blown up in the process, thus technically making it not a suicide bombing? If the latter, then yes, he failed. Ball Gargler needs to get another nuke and try again. Dumbass can't even manage to blow himself up. Bitch made, I tell ya. Turtle molester in a tin can. Oh yeah, be more careful about not cutting yourself off in editing or something. I don't fucking know.
He's a frickin' scum-ass and a frickin' bully-ass character.
Citation needed. Believe me, there are examples you can pull up within the MCU alone that demonstrate this. See my Avengers breakup statement before. But you don't do it. Come on, man.
He barely even does badass action either. Captain America is a way better superhero than Iron Man, because at least he does action and at least he does not endanger the lives of people. Or what about Spider-Man? Peter Parker is a good person and he saves lives and he actually does his job to protect people and from bad guys and help them. Even the Hulk has more purpose compared to Iron Man. It's like the Marvel Universe can't exist without him. If there was a fight between Iron Man and the Hulk, Iron Man would not win because the Hulk can easily kick his ass. Spider-Man, Captain America, and the Hulk are way better superheroes compared to Iron Man.
You didn't watch Captain America Civil War, did you? One of the key points in the movie, addressed near the beginning, was how Cap was partially to blame for the civilian deaths caused by Crossbones. Spider-Man has also put people's lives at risk, like during Homecoming when he was fighting those bad guys on the ship. You know, the one that he shouldn't have been on in the first place because he wouldn't let the Avengers or any of the other more experienced heroes handle tracking down that rogue tech. And the Hulk's whole issue is that he puts everyone around him in danger because of his anger. You know, Like that time the Hulk went on a hypnosis-induced rampage, and Iron Man had to use the Hulkbuster armor to stop him. Which brings us right to our next point. Can the Hulk beat Iron Man? With the right armor? Depends on the version of the Hulk we're talking about. Clearly with the MCU version, the answer is yes. If you mean, however, that the Hulk can defeat Tony as long as he's not using his armor, or at least the right armor, then yeah, you're right. But most people in Marvel as a whole, not just the MCU, can't beat the Hulk without some kind of trick or weapon or something like that. That's not a very good comparison if that's what you meant.
Hell, even outside of Marvel, superheroes like Batman and Superman are way better than Iron Man. You wanna know why they're way better than Iron Man? At least Superman actually does his job and wants to protect people and help them and even save the world from bad guys. And he's just like a normal human being with flaws. And Batman too. Bruce Wayne may be a rich-ass millionaire, but once he becomes Batman, he actually saves Gotham from bad guys like the Joker, Poison Ivy, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, and all these other bad guys. Sure, Batman may be a vigilante, but he's also a true superhero, because even though he doesn't have superpowers, he actually saves Gotham and the innocent people there. Iron Man, on the other hand, he does not do jack shit. He doesn't even deserve to be called a superhero or a hero at all.
What the fuck? First of all, Iron Man has saved the world both in and out of the MCU multiple times. Check my earlier references. Secondly, a normal human being with flaws? Superman? I mean, if you mean in terms of his personality, then yeah. Superman has some flaws here and there. But physically speaking, he's the furthest thing from a normal human being. Thirdly, it's later. You brought up Batman and said that, unlike Tony, he saves Gotham and the innocent people there. Yeah, unlike that iron cuck who never once saved New York from aliens and a nuke at the exact same time, nearly dying in the process. Yet again, check the earlier references. That's one example from one iteration of Iron Man. Part of the reason why I'm trying to only stick to the MCU for my references is if I were to go through all of them throughout all the media he's appeared in, this video would never end. However, anyone familiar with these characters should easily be able to make a proper argument as to why they think Batman is better at the whole rich boy uses money and big brain to fight evil with technology shtick than Iron Man. You starting to see my issues with this video yet?
Like I said, Iron Man is way too overrated in a bad way. And plus, the overexposure of this character is one of the reasons why I despise the Marvel Cinematic Universe, aka the MCU. It all revolves around Iron Man. Yeah, let's forget all the other superheroes that are way better than Iron Man, because Iron Man is like the main character. He's like the center of it all, and everything has to be revolved around him, even when he's not even physically there in the movies. Which is why I hated Spider-Man Far From Home, or any of the new crappy and shitty MCU Spider-Man movies, cause they revolve too much around the Iron Man universe, even when he's not physically present. Like, what the hell?
Okay, though I haven't seen Far From Home yet, I can give you that there is quite a bit of Tony in Spider-Man Homecoming, and that he does play a prominent role in a number of MCU titles outside of Avengers and Iron Man, and that if you don't like him, that could definitely turn you off to the MCU as a whole. But the way you word it here, it sounds like that he's mentioned or takes up center stage in every single MCU movie. No mention of him in the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies, wasn't brought up in The Winter Soldier, heard neither hide nor hair of him in Doctor Strange, and he might have been name dropped once or twice in Ragnarok. To say that he was a central figure in all Marvel movies is just factually wrong.
And he is so boring. He is fucking boring. Like, I don't even remember any of his accomplishments at all. I don't even remember any single superhero achievements that's so significant. That's how boring Iron Man is to me.
Well, that explains quite a bit.
I'm sorry, but I just don't get the appeal of this character. I don't get why this character is so loved by many Marvel fans. And now I just found out that Stan Lee actually created Iron Man as a challenge to create a hero that no one should like and force people to like him. So in other words, he was just created just to troll the Marvel fans.
What? He's right. Link to the panel where Stan mentions it in the description.
This actually proves my point that Iron Man is a piece of shit character that the Marvel Universe is honestly better without. And guys, if you like Iron Man, that's fine. I accept your opinion. We all have different opinions in this world. If we like the same shit, the world will be boring. So I actually accept your opinion on Iron Man as long as you accept mine or agree to disagree. I just don't find him that interesting. I'm sorry, but I don't.
And this is the best part of the video in my opinion. Considering how things are these days, respecting others' opinions is starting to seem more and more like the exception rather than the rule. So this is actually quite refreshing to hear from someone. Speaking of, I'll remind anyone and everyone watching this video to, yet again, not send hate towards this dude just for not liking Iron Man or anything else. I know how fanboys can get. Don't be an internet shit monkey. Nobody likes an internet shit monkey. Final thoughts. SonicShadow98, I don't mind that you hate Iron Man or think that Batman is better. Hell, there are plenty of reasons to hate Tony Stark. I even listed a few earlier. And that's my issue with your video. If I'd been taking even just half a shot of any alcoholic beverage every time you said he's a piece of shit character, I'd be deader than the mouse my cat body slammed the other day. And that poor motherfucker was a goddamn pancake when I found him. Listen, piece of shit alone does not a strong, cohesive argument make. And it wouldn't have been all that hard for you to tear apart Iron Man with just a few good examples like the ones I provided. As an example of an example. As much as I like Iron Man, his MCU counterpart alone has a lot of faults. And whereas I can overlook them myself, I am very much aware that others may not. In short, when ranting on a character, give proper explanations as to why you hate them, give citation where needed, be mindful of your wording, and maybe give your video a watch through before uploading it. Because there are a few times during it where you cut out parts of what you're saying, which can make following along difficult. Beyond that, I wish you the best. Thank you to everyone who watched this, and have a great rest of the day, night, or whenever. This has been CHA0SXIII coming at you from my fortified bunker on the far side of Ohio, signing out.